Have you ever wondered what it's like to live on the edge of the world? To wake up every morning on an island where winter never really ends, where the seas are frozen, the sun disappears for months, and the air can slice through your skin like a blade. Welcome to the coldest inhabited island in the world, Ostrov Wrangelia or Wrangel Island, a remote Arctic outpost located in the far northeastern corner of Russia. This is not just an island cloaked in snow and ice. It is a living, breathing testament to human endurance. Today we take you deep into this frozen wilderness, uncovering how life survives, adapts and thrives against all odds. Wrangel Island lies in the Arctic Ocean, between the East Siberian Sea and the Chukchi Sea, north of the Chukotka region of Russia. The island is roughly 150 kilometers wide and about 7,600 square kilometers in size, comparable to the US state of Delaware. Geographically, it's situated at around 71 degrees north latitude, placing it well above the Arctic Circle. The island is closer to the North Pole than most people on Earth will ever get. What sets Wrangel Island apart is not just its isolation, but its climatic brutality. The island is locked in sea ice for most of the year. Strong winds whip across its flat tundra plains, and temperatures often plummet far below freezing. And yet, astonishingly, people live here. Wrangel Island's climate is as harsh as it gets. Winters are long and bitter, lasting from September to June. The average winter temperature can dip to -30 degrees Celsius, with extreme cold snaps dropping below -40. In summer, the temperature rarely rises above 5 degrees Celsius. Snow can fall even in July. Blizzards and whiteouts are common, and polar nights, periods of complete darkness, last for several weeks during winter. The sun disappears below the horizon, leaving the island in a frigid twilight. When it returns, it's a slow, cautious rise, barely peaking above the ice. The island is also battered by katabatic winds, cold downslope winds that can reach hurricane speeds. These winds strip the landscape of warmth, vegetation, and any illusion of comfort. Despite all of this, Wrangel Island is not a frozen desert. It is teeming with life, including the humankind. The population of Wrangel Island is extremely small, consisting mostly of a few seasonal scientists, rangers, and meteorological staff stationed at Ushakovskoye, the only settlement on the island. During the Soviet era, this village was home to around 200 people, including families and children. Today, only a handful remain on a year-round basis. Many of the people who live or work on Wrangel Island today are from the Chukchi ethnic group, indigenous people who have long lived in harmony with the brutal Arctic environment. They have an extraordinary ability to survive in such cold thanks to their traditional knowledge, reindeer hide clothing, and high-calorie diets. Ushakovskoye consists of a few wooden buildings, radio towers, and supply depots. Supplies are brought in by icebreakers during the brief Arctic summer. The settlement has no shops, restaurants, or entertainment venues. Life here is slow, methodical, and governed by the natural cycles of the Arctic. Daily life on Wrangel Island is dictated by the elements. Basic tasks like cooking, bathing, or staying warm are logistical challenges. Heating is critical. Most buildings are equipped with stoves powered by coal or diesel fuel, which is shipped in once a year. Residents must carefully ration fuel to survive the long winter months. Pipes can freeze easily, so many homes use indoor water barrels or melt snow for drinking and washing. Food consists mainly of preserved items, canned meat, dried fish, flour, and grains. Some local hunting supplements the diet with Arctic fox, seals, or even whale meat. Fresh produce is a rarity. Transportation is almost impossible for much of the year. Snowmobiles and tracked vehicles are the only means of getting around, and even those are limited by weather. There are no paved roads and no cars. Communication with the mainland is limited to satellite links and occasional radio contact. Isolation is a way of life. For children who used to live on the island, education took place in a single-room schoolhouse, or sometimes by correspondence. Despite the hardships, residents develop an incredibly strong bond with each other. In such extreme conditions, community is a matter of survival. So why would anyone choose to live on Wrangel Island? For most, it's not about comfort, it's about purpose. For scientists, the island is honestly a treasure trove of ecological and geological secrets. Wrangel is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and well, one of the most biologically diverse Arctic islands in the world. Researchers study polar bears, Arctic foxes, migratory birds, and permafrost geology. They endure the cold to document climate change in real time. For the indigenous Chukchi Rangers, living here is a form of cultural preservation. They protect wildlife, manage reindeer herds, and uphold centuries-old traditions of Arctic survival. And for others, life on Wrangel Island represents something deeper, a spiritual connection to the land, a calling, or even a desire to escape the modern world. Despite being so cold and remote, Wrangel Island is often called the polar bear maternity ward because it hosts one of the highest concentrations of denning polar bear mothers in the world. The island is also home to muskoxen, Arctic foxes, reindeer, walruses, and honestly, countless migratory birds that travel thousands of kilometers to nest here during the short summer. Wrangel Island was the last known refuge of the woolly mammoth, with a population surviving here until about 4,000 years ago, long after they had gone extinct elsewhere. Fossil evidence and genetic material from these mammoths are still being studied today. The flora is limited but resilient. During the short summer, the island bursts into life with mosses, lichens, and dwarf shrubs. Wildflowers bloom briefly under the midnight sun before disappearing under snow once again. Modern life is creeping in, but very slowly. Internet access is, well, sporadic and expensive. Satellite phones are lifelines, medical care is limited. In emergencies, evacuation by helicopter is required, which may be impossible in severe weather. Climate change is also transforming the island. Melting sea ice is disrupting polar bear migrations and threatening the delicate ecosystems. Rising temperatures may seem beneficial, but honestly, they also increase the risk of disease, erosion, and food insecurity for those dependent on traditional ways of life. Preserving the unique human and ecological culture of Wrangel Island requires careful balance between progress and preservation. Wrangel Island is not just a cold place, it's a symbol, a reminder of how incredibly adaptable human beings are. To survive here means to face isolation, cold, darkness, and deprivation, and still find purpose, connection, and beauty. From the silent snowscapes to the stoic lives of its residents, this is a place where time slows down and where survival becomes an art form. In a world driven by speed and convenience, Wrangel Island reminds us of the raw, untamed power of nature and the unyielding spirit of those who dare to call it home. So the next time you complain about a chilly winter day, remember, somewhere in the farthest reaches of the earth, people are not just surviving but thriving in the coldest inhabited island on the planet. Wrangel Island, a testament to survival.